Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin from Juniper and Oaks. I'm a crochet pattern designer. I like to use interesting stitches like these so you can create items for around your home. Today we are going to be making this simple moss stitch notions bag or clutch or whatever. I was wanting another notions bag and I wanted it to be crochet themed, so I thought, why not just crochet like a little case for my case, as my husband would say. You're making a case for your case. So what we're going to do is crochet up the outside of this, and then we're going to insert a case like this. The ones that I got are from Hobby Lobby. They're about 6.5 inches by about 4.5 inches. You can create this pattern using any sort of canvas notion bag clutch. You'll just have to adjust the number of starting stitches, starting chains, and maybe change the number of rows. So for the first one that I did, I just made this simple moss just all in one color. Today I'm going to be making this one up with you, where we're changing colors every row. So of course, if you want to make yours just the plain color, do it very similarly, just don't change colors at the end of each row. You're just going to continue around making a spiral in the same color. Before I get started and go any further than this, would you please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel? And then hit the little bell so you're notified anytime I come out with any other tutorials like this or other yarn related content such as chit chats with other designers, unboxing videos, etc., etc. So subscribe and hit that little bell. Go ahead and like this video so that other people are able to find it more easily. And then leave a comment below with what colors are you making your clutch. Those of you who have been here for a while, you know that I always ask what colors you're using because I'm just so inspired by people's creativity in colors. Go ahead and leave a comment below with whatever colors you're using. This is a notions bag that I got from Hobby Lobby. It's about 6.5 by like 4.5 inches. So like 6.5 inches long by 4.5, almost 5 inches deep. And what I'm doing is I'm just crocheting like a little pocket. Then I'm inserting the pouch into the pocket, and we will super glue or hot glue that on there. And it's pretty good and secure that way. If you would rather like to at the end, you could insert your own zipper and have it be its own pouch, but I just wanted the canvas pouch as the base in order to just make my notions bag really, really secure. Another note is you could alter this pattern for like a different size canvas pouch. So like this one is 5 inches deep and like 8 inches wide. You can add stitches in your foundation row to make it longer, or you can add rows to make it taller. So this pattern is very easily adjustable to meet your needs. Okay, but we are just going to be doing the one that I got at Hobby Lobby. So you can start out with me, and if you find that your chain needs to be longer, go ahead and make yours longer. For this version of the pouch that I'm going to make right now, I will be doing the striped moss version. So this is just a simple moss stitch all in one color. Moss stitch is chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, and then on the row going the other way, you will single crochet into the chain 1 space, skip the single crochet, and then do another single crochet in the chain 1 space, and just repeat that over and over again. So that's the moss stitch. I'll show you how to do that, but for this, I'm going to be showing you how to do the striped moss. And with that, I have several striped moss patterns, and I use 3 colors, alternating colors, and we create some stripes using the moss stitch. It's really lovely. The yarn that I'm using is Wander acrylic yarn from Furls Fiber Art, and this yarn was provided for me for the 2023 Crochet Foundry blog hop, which is sponsored by Furls Fiber Arts. So I'm using the yarn Wander acrylic, and I have these 3 colors. I have dragon fruit, aurora, and then snow is this white, creamy white color. I'm going to be using a size G hook, which is a 4mm hook. This hook is also from Furls Crochet. This is one of their streamlined wooden hooks. I do love Furls hooks. I use them a lot. This one is a wooden hook. It does feel a little bit differently than the resin hooks do, but I still like to use it. So this is size G, a 4mm hook from Furls Fiber Arts. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So first what you want to do is pick which you want to be your color A. And this is what we're going to use right here. And it's going to be the bottom. We're going to start our foundation for the bottom right here. So I will be using the dragon fruit. I think this is a very pretty color. I like to use this for my color A. I like to do center pull, so that wasn't too much vomit there. Find the end of my yarn. And then make a slip knot. Make a slip knot, and then to start out we're going to chain 28. So chain 28. If you're going to make a longer or shorter pouch, adjust your chain accordingly, but this seems to be just about right. So that's our foundation chain, and now we're ready for round 1. For round 1, we're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So a lot of times I like to use these back bumps, but because we're going to be working in the round, we're going to work around the chain. So each chain is actually going to get 2 stitches. I'm not going to work in that back bump. I'm just going to be working in this top loop here and work a single crochet in that chain, and then work a single crochet in the next chain, and work 1 single crochet in each chain all the way across. This is the last chain on my row. So I'm working a single crochet. And now I'm not going to turn and go the other way. What I'm going to do is just curve around and start working on the bottom here. In order to do that, I'm going to work 2 more single crochets in that last chain. So in that 1 chain space, there's going to be 3 single crochets. Okay, and now we're going to work 1 single crochet in each chain going this way. And here's where I like to use that bottom loop right there. So we're not just going into the same really like chain space, you're just going to go into the bottom loop, which now that it's flipped upside down is the top loop. But it's an unworked loop. And just do 1 single crochet in each chain all the way down. Then in that last chain, we're going to do 2 single crochets because we've already done 1. That was our first single crochet of the row or of the round. So at the end, you will do 2 single crochets to make 3, right? Because we just did 3 single crochets in that last one. So on this side, we will want to do 3. So just work all the way down to the end and do 2 single crochets in that last stitch. Okay, here's the last stitch. So I'm going to work 2 single crochets in that stitch. Okay, and I'm going to chain 1 And I'm also going to attach color B, another chain like so. I'm going to drop color A to the back. Now I'm just going to be working with color B. I'm not going to fasten off color A because I'm just going to pick it up again in 2 rounds when I need it again. But now we've turned the corner, and in this first stitch we're going to do a single crochet. And here's where we're going to start the moss stitch. Okay, so we're doing a single crochet, and then next you're going to chain 1, skip the next single crochet, and then in the next one after that work a single crochet stitch. Then chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet. Chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet. Single crochet, skip a stitch, single crochet. Chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet. And we're going to work that all the way around. Okay, you shouldn't have to do anything different as you're going around to the other side. We're not really doing a corner, we're just creating a pouch. So here, there's that stitch that you're going to skip, and then just go around and work in that one. One thing I will say for the wooden hooks is they kind of split a little bit. This yarn is very similar to the Caron Simply Soft that does split. That's okay. I think it's shiny, vibrant colors, very soft. It'll make a very elegant notions pouch. So we're just working our single crochets, chain 1, and single crochet. Doing just the same thing we've been doing. Okay, here we are nearing the end of round 2. I need a chain 1. And then in this chain 1 space here, I'm going to work my last single crochet. Now we're going to be doing all our single crochet stitches are going to be in the chain 1 space. But before I finish off that last single crochet, I'm going to drop my color B, find my color A, and then finish my single crochet stitch. So we want to get all of our color changes to happen right over here on that end. And now we do a chain 1, pull our yarn ends taut, and now we're ready for round 3. So now for this round, all of our single crochet stitches are going to happen in the chain 1 space below. We're going to skip over all of the single crochet stitches in the row previous and work all of our stitches into the chain 1 space. So we're going to work a single crochet, and we're going to chain 1 and work our next single crochet in the chain 1 space. Work a single crochet, chain 1, skip that single crochet in the chain 1 space, work your stitch, chain 1, single crochet in the chain 1 space. This is how you work the moss stitch. You do single crochet, chain 1, and you work the next single crochet in the chain 1 space from below. There is a stitch called the mesh stitch and it's chain 1, single crochet, but all of the single crochets are worked in the single crochet stitch. So very similar, just a little bit different. This one's the moss stitch. We're working our single crochets in the chain 1 space. Chain 1, single crochet. So work this around similarly until we get to the end, and then I will show you how we switch colors once again, and then we're going to pull up our color A. And here we're working our last single crochet in that chain 1 space right here. Before I work up that last stitch, that last single crochet, I'm going to need to do one more yarn over and pull through. I'm going to find my color A, which is this dark pink color, and I'm going to pull that color through to finish off the stitch. Okay, and I've dropped my color C, pull that a little taut. I'm ready to chain 1 and then work this, work this single crochet in that chain 1 space there. Okay, and then that way our color changes will hopefully all happen here, kind of on the edge, on the corner there. Okay, and then we're just going to continue working our chain 1 single crochet in the chain 1 space. Just continue to work the moss stitch all the way around in such a fashion okay. Then you also notice that here inside our ends going up can get looking a little bit ugly, and that's okay because remember those won't be showing. Those will be hidden inside of our pouch. And here's where you would want to do a fit check. Make sure that you have the right amount of stitches. This, if I stretch it, I think that's going to fit. I might have crocheted a little bit tighter than I normally do, but if you find that your pouch is, way too small or way too big, this will be a good time to just pull out your stitches, try again with a different number of foundation stitches. You'll want to have an even number, like chain an even number, and then do your single crochets around the chain like we did before. Make sure you have an even number to make the moss stitch work out well. But after your fit check, you can decide what to do. You're going to keep on following along, keep on doing the moss stitch in this striped fashion, or are you going to rip out your stitches and start again? Either way, I have chapters down below that you can go to if you need to start at the beginning, start out the foundation row, whatever you need. But I'm just going to be continue working this all the way up until I'm just going to be continuing working this all the way up until I have fully covered my pouch here. One note to make about this pattern is that if you, as you're working around, you'll notice that sometimes, like every few rounds, when you get to where you need to do your color change, you'll find that it's going to want to lean this way. So in order to keep the color change right on the edge, sometimes you'll have to work an extra stitch. So like here with my light pink, my color B, I'm going to be working an extra stitch and doing my single crochet here on top of that chain one of the same color from that same round, and then switching to color C, to my white right there, so that my color change happens here on the edge. If it doesn't matter to you, then you can have your color change kind of work in this diagonal. But I prefer to keep my color change right kind of on that crease right there. So to do that, you just work that extra stitch just like I showed you. Then your crease will look a little bit different. It won't quite match up, but it won't look too bad where it'll make too much of a difference. See, like here you'll have those two kind of right next to each other of the same color, but it doesn't really matter. It'll just even itself out and look really nice at the end. So I'm just going to continue working around and putting my last stitch just wherever I think it'll look best. Okay, when you've reached to the end about row 25 or so, just depending on your gauge and whatnot, this is my last stitch of row 25. I'm using color A. That would round it off quite nicely. I'm going to go into that chain one space, and instead of doing a single crochet, I'm going to do a slip stitch, just like a slip stitch to join. And then I'm going to actually fasten off all the colors and we'll be all done. Okay, you can choose what you want to do with these ends. Maybe you want to tie them just all together so that they don't get loose, but you can just leave them kind of tucked inside. If you want to weave them in, you can. And that is kind of your pouch. If you would like to add a zipper to the top, you can do that. But if you're going to do the route that I'm going to, I'll just teach you how. I do have a video on how I attach a zipper with my yarn, and that's how I do my my zippered pillows. But here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hot glue this inside. You may want to block your pouch, open up your stitches, and really just block it to the right size. I feel like mine has gotten a little bit smaller as the time went on, but so feel free to block this, but right now I'm just going to go ahead and get started just so I can get on with my own project. You can choose to use regular super glue. That's what I did when I put my purple one together, just regular super glue. It stuck okay. It was coming apart a little bit, but I did see someone recommend using these Bonder fabric sticks. I got these on Amazon, and so it's just fabric glue. And I got the mini ones because I have a mini hot glue gun. I only had one hot glue gun, so what I had to do is just squirt out the excess of my regular hot glue sticks. But yeah, right now I'm going to use this Bonder to see how it goes. The first thing that I want to do is I am going to super glue the bottom here. I'm going to turn it inside out, and then I'm going to super glue the bottom. See how it kind of comes out white? So that's that Bonder fabric glue. So first thing that I did was super glue the bottom, and then with inside out, and then I line that up on the bottom, just with the end of the pouch. Okay, just to make sure that my bottom is going to stick to my bottom. Just make sure you're not going to super glue it to your table like I did. Okay, then I'm going to kind of hold this in my hand like this. And I'm going to just You hear my sons in the other room calling out. Okay. You can make it look as fancy or neat as you want. Just know that this is going to be on the inside. Okay. Then I'm going to fold that up like that. Okay, so now we're inside out over here. This part is inside out. Of course, the pouch is right side. Then I'm going to super glue this side. And working fast, as fast as you can without making any mistakes. Okay. And then I'm ready to flip my pouch inside out around that. Don't burn yourself on the glue that you just laid down. I'm going to flip that inside out and then work that flat. As best as you can here. Even it out. Stretch it out. Push it flat. And all that. Okay, so up here, I did not have enough glue at the top here, or maybe it, dried, cooled down before I had the chance. So, stretch it to where you want it to be. Something like that. Oops, I wanted those ends to be inside, but there's still some major super gluing that needs to happen here. I just hot glue the heck out of it. Just however much you're comfortable with. And weave in any ends that are left over. And there you have it. That side probably looks better than the other side. But that's one way to do it. The other way I did it was I had just stuffed the pouch in and then kind of opened it up and super glued, hot glued like that. Both ways kind of look the same. There you have it. You have your pouch. I don't know, tell me, what do you think? Do you like how I did the pouch? Thank you so much for watching this YouTube tutorial. I really hope that you learned something and that you made a really neat notions bag or clutch, whatever you're going to use it for. Leave me a comment below with what are you going to use your notions bag for? Are you going to put your hooks in there? Are you going to put coins in there, or just little knickknacks? Maybe a makeup bag? Just let me know in the comments below. Go ahead and if you haven't already, like this video so that other people can find the video. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell so you're notified anytime I come out with any sort of yarn related content, such as another stitch tutorial, pattern walkthrough, podcast, unboxing video, whatever have you. You're notified anytime I come out with another video. Thank you guys so much for your support. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.